So in the last lecture, we have seen the pH scale. Okay, so from in this lecture, we will see two cases. Okay, as we know that every indicator is in the two form. One is ionized form, another is unionized form. And each indicator, which is two color indicator, shows two colors, and the two colors are the different colors that in the ionized state and unionized state. So we will see here case first in the choice of indicator. In the choice of indicator, what is the first case here? See, if the titrant is an acid, okay, titrant you are taking in the burette, okay, then as the titration proceeds, the pH of solution decreases, means that is now going towards the acidic pH. Okay, the color change for the titration will be from color of ionized form, that is basic form, okay, to that of unionized form, that is acidic form. Okay, so color is changing from ionized form to unionized form, that is from the basic form to the acidic form of indicator. In this situation, the end point color, that is the color due to unionized form, will appear for the first time, okay, when the pH will be equal to pKn minus 1. Okay, so that will be the acidic color of the, means the pH will shift towards the acidic side, and the indicator is now showing the color which is its a color in for the acidic pH. Okay, now see, hence the equivalence point should be same as the pH at which color of the end point appears for the first time. Means what? See, at the equivalence point, pH should be pKn minus 1. Okay, so what happens? Your ionized form is now shifting to the unionized form, and unionized form is the acidic form, and the indicator will show now the color which is its own color for the acidic pH. Okay, for the basic pH it shows different color, for the acidic pH it shows different color. As pH is coming to the acidic side, definitely it will show the color which is there for the acidic pH. Now, that indicator should be chosen for which? That indicator should be chosen for which? This value now. Which one? pKin. Okay, for the indicator pKin is equal to pH at equivalence point plus 1. pH at equivalence point plus 1. Okay, now see, now what is the second case? So okay, what is second case here? Now in that case, pH was shifting towards acidic side, that means unionized form. Now here pH is shifting towards ionized form from the unionized form, means from the acidic to the basic, from acidic to the basic. Means when color will be visible to you, when indicator shows its color for the basic pH. Okay, see now, if the titrant is a base, what you are adding from the burette, that is a base. Okay, then the titration proceeds. As the titration proceeds, the pH of solution will increase, means that is going towards basic side, means 7 plus. Okay, the pH goes beyond 7 up to the 14, that is basic pH. Okay, the change in the color of the indicator will be from color of unionized form of indicator, that is acidic form, okay, to the ionized form, that is basic form. Okay, the color due to ionized form will be detectable, right? So you will notice it. Yeah, now the pH is becoming basic. Okay, and at that point you will get the change in color of indicator. When the concentration of ionized form is 10 times than that of unionized form, this will be the pH, or this will be at a pH equal to pKin plus 1. pKin plus 1, right? So the ionized form concentration is 10 times than the unionized form. Ionized form concentration of indicator is 10 times more than the unionized form of indicator. This will be the pH at which for the first time color of ionized form will be visible, and that will be the end point of our titration. Okay, end point of our titration, and it will show the color at end point. Hence the pH of solution at the equivalence point should be same as the pH, the same as the pH at which the color due to ionized, okay, that is ionized from indicator, that is the end point color appears for the first time. For the first time. Now see here, pH at the equivalence point is pKin plus 1. Okay, and for the titration, that indicator should be chosen for which? For the titration, that indicator should be chosen for which pKin, this value is equal to pH at equivalence point minus 1. Okay, this is what the value of pKin. So in conclusion, if the titrant is an acid, the indicator that fulfills the following condition should be used. Okay, so pKin is equal to pH at the equivalence point plus 1. Okay, that indicator you have to choose for the titrant which is acidic. Okay, and for basic titrant, what you are doing? For basic titrant, pKin is equal to pH at the equivalence point minus 1. Okay, now see, these are what the indicators. These are the indicators. Okay, so what happens? See, type where it is used acid base type. Okay, what happens here? See, red color to yellow color, then yellow color to blue color. At the specific, what is the pKin value for this? It's a 1.65. Okay, and the range of pH is 1.2 to 2.8. Okay, means this is for the acidic titrant. Okay, now if you see 8.0 to 9.6, it is for the basic titrant. Okay, pH is shifting towards the base. pH is shifting towards the base. Now again we'll see one more example. Dimethyl amino azobenzene. Okay, we call it as a methyl yellow. It is a base type. Okay, and its pKin value is 3.25. so it shows its change in color from acid form. In the acid form it is red in color, and in the basic form it is yellow in color. Okay, and its pH range is 2.9 to 4.0. In this way, all these indicators, okay, some of the indicators I skipped here, but you can write 3, 4 or 2, 3, that is more than enough. You are generally using, see, if you here at the 11 number, it's a phenolphthalein. This is what you are commonly using. Okay, then methyl orange, this is what you are commonly using, 3rd number. Okay, so these are the common indicator which you are using in laboratory. What happens there? You can see change in color. In the acidic form, it's a red, okay, a red yellow, and then that in the basic form that goes to orange. Okay, or here from orange to red yellow. Okay, and as we know that here it changes from in the acidic form, it not shows any color, and when the pH become basic, that shows red or pink red color. Okay, now this is what the general theory which says about the change in color at the equivalence point. Okay, and that totally works on the basis of pH. On the basis of pH, what happens? See, as mentioned earlier in the previous slide, the pH at the equivalence point depends upon the nature of the titrant, whether you are using acidic or basic, or the titrant, whether they are strong or weak. Hence, before choosing an indicator, it is necessary to know the pH at the equivalence point. It is very, very important. Okay, this is what the first condition. Then, indicator are not tailor-made. They have their own values. Getting my point? They have their own values of dissociation constant. The third, you can see here, the factor is the concentration ratio of 10 defined for a particular color to be visible is a generalization. Okay, no problem. The actual ratios vary from one indicator to another indicator. The pH range, pKin -1 to pKin +1 is known as a transition range of indicator. Transition range of indicator. It is expected to be of the order 2 pH unit. Okay. However, from above table, we are getting the information that the value may differ from indicator to indicator. Thus, the point is that every time it may not be possible to find an indicator that fulfills all the conditions. Okay, means for different titration, we have to go for the different indicator. One indicator cannot show the endpoint for all type of titration. Okay, this is what the condition is, because each and every indicator is having its range in which it shows change in color for the acidic and basic pH. Titration curve. Now the next point is a titration curve, very, very important. So frequently question comes on this point, what is a titration curve? So titration curve gives the information about the equivalence point or the end point of titration. Okay, so in an acid-base titration, the pH of solution changes. The course of titration can be followed by using pH meter. Okay, and measuring the pH of solution for different volume of titrant added. As you are adding titrant from burette into the beaker or conical flask, so for the each addition, है ना, 1 ml अगर आप add कर रहे हो, so every time you have to check out the pH for the solution which is taken in the beaker or conical flask. So titration curve are the plots of theoretically calculated pH of the solution for different volume of a titrant added against the volume of the titrant added. So you are measuring the pH at the different volume of titrant added. Add क्या होता है कि हम 2 ml ऐड करेंगे titrant, pH मेजर करेंगे, फिर we'll go again next 2 ml, that will go up to 4, and then we'll check pH. Then again we'll add 2 ml of titrant and we'll check pH in the beaker or the conical flask, right? So in this way, we are measuring the pH with each addition of titrant. Okay, so this will give you the pH at different point. Okay, and from which you can calculate the titration curve. Okay, so different type of titration curve that maybe depends upon, see, the titration of strong acid with the strong base, then strong acid and weak base. Okay, and weak acid, strong base, weak acid, weak base. Okay, these are what the titration curve we can easily plot in this titration curve. Okay, very easy. See, now we'll see first for the titration. See here, it's a weak base versus a strong acid, or strong acid versus weak base. Okay, so we are going to study titration curve for the two types of titration curve we are going to study here. So first one is the titration of strong acid against weak base. Strong acid against weak base. Okay, now we'll see where they are taking in the, whether that they are taking acid in the burette or they are taking in the conical flask. We'll see that, we'll come to know in the latter part. Okay, see now here, these are the point at which we are going to find out the pH. These are the point at which we are going to find out the pH. See, at the beginning of titration, when you are not adding any titrant. See, now when you are adding 2 ml of HCl, its a concentration is given. If you can see in the further slide, its concentration is given. It's a 0.1. Definitely that will be 0.1 for the HCl also. See here, it's a 0.1 molar, and the concentration of ammonium hydroxide is also 0.1 molar. Okay, we'll see in detail. When you are adding 2 ml of titrant, okay, that is 0.1 normal, 0.1 molar, then you are taking next pH or calculating next pH at the 5 ml of HCl is added to the base, okay, weak base. Then after that you are calculating the pH at the, or the near the equivalence point, okay, vicinity of the equivalence point, that is when you are adding 9.9 ml of HCl. Okay, at the equivalence point means what we are considering here, 10 is the equivalence point generally we are considering. Which one? 10. Okay, in the titration also, if you carry out titration, our expected value for the titration is always 10. Okay, most of the time तुम्ही जर बघितलं तर तुम्ही बघता की 10च्या आजूबाजूलाच त्या ठिकाणी व्हॅल्यू येते एंड पॉइंटची, है ना. सिमिलर इज द केस हियर. व्हेन यू आर ऍडिंग 10.1 ml of HCl from the burette to the sodium hydroxide, then when we are adding 11 ml of HCl to the sodium hydroxide. Okay, so all these are the places, okay, where we are going to determine the pH of the solution in the conical flask or the beaker. Okay, so what we are taking in the beaker, it's a sodium hydroxide. It's a sodium hydroxide. Now see, this is a construction of titration curve. Construction of titration curve and choice of indicator in acid-base titration. In acid-base titration. So which you are taking here? Sodium hydroxide versus hydrochloric acid. So this is what the reaction is. Now what is happening? If you are adding acid from the burette, definitely your solution's pH is going towards which form? From the basic. हा इनिशियली कसा आहे? It is a basic pH. Okay, आणि हळूहळू जसे तुम्ही त्या ठिकाणी ब्युरेट मधून HCl टाका, याची pH कशी होणार आहे हळूहळू? It is going to be acidic. It is going to be acidic. Slowly with the addition of HCl from the burette. Okay, so we'll see what happens in the calculations actually. No need to go much detail over here. So that will come to know in the further calculations what happens. And from the corresponding pH value, we are going to plot a curve, that is what your titration curve for the strong acid and weak base. As we have seen, there are 4 titration curves, right? See here, strong acid, strong base, strong acid, weak base, weak acid, strong base, weak acid, weak base. So we are looking for strong acid, weak base curve. Okay, now see, we are considering here one example. Okay, this is what one example we are considering. We are taking ammonium hydroxide as a titrant or analyte, in which we are adding titrant HCl. Okay, now see what happens here. Look carefully, very important, because same kind of calculations are there for the next titration curve. Here it says ammonium hydroxide. Okay, and its Kb value is 1.8 into 10⁻⁻⁵. Remember this value. Okay, we are using this further. Okay, so that is what is Kb? It's a dissociation constant for the base. Okay, ammonium hydroxide is a base. Okay, and HCl is a acid. So this is what dissociation constant for that ammonium hydroxide. So with 0.1 molar of hydrochloric acid. so that HCl you are taking in the burette. The pH values at various stages can be calculated as follows. ठीक है, कौन सी है पहली? Where we are going to look for? When at the beginning only base was present, okay. So at the beginning of titration, if you see here NaOH, that is in the aqueous form, so that dissociates as a NH4 plus and OH minus. So here alpha is the degree of dissociation, वो कितना dissociate होता है पानी में. अपना जो अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड है वो थोड़ा तो होना ही है, it's a weak base, okay. Now and we electrolyte, that is electrolyte. C is a molar concentration. Then the concentration of NH4 plus, that is equal to concentration of OH minus, that is equal to concentration, that is equal to alpha C, and NH4OH ammonium hydroxide is 1 minus alpha, in bracket 1 minus alpha into C. ये कैसे आया इक्वेशन देखेंगे. देखो इनिशियली क्या है, जब रिएक्शन हुआ नहीं था, डिसोसिएट हुआ नहीं था अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, so that time its concentration was C, okay, and no dissociation was there, so the concentration of NH4 plus and OH minus was 0. वो कुछ भी नहीं थे सॉल्यूशन में, क्योंकि डिसोसिएशन नहीं हुआ है. जब हमने अभी डाला पानी के अंदर, उसका एक्वियस सॉल्यूशन बना दिया, तो क्या हो रहा है देखो, तो उसका कंसंट्रेशन डिक्रीज हो रहा है, ये डिसोसिएट होगा, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी डिसोसिएटेड, okay. What happens, that will get converted to NH4 plus and OH minus. So कितना डिसोसिएट हुआ है, अगर ये अल्फा C कंसंट्रेशन इसका डिसोसिएट होता है, सी अगर ये कितने होते हैं अल्फा C, ये अल्फा C बनता है, तो उतना ही क्या बनेगा, अगर NH4 जितने बनेंगे उतने ही कौन से बनेंगे, OH माइनस बनेंगे, क्योंकि ये डिसोसिएट हो रहा है. एक NH4 प्लस बनेगा तो OH माइनस तो होना ही है, फ्री होना ही है उससे. सो डिसोसिएशन में क्या हो गया देखो, लिसन केयरफुली, here NH4 is formed and OH minus is also formed, so their concentration definitely is going to be equal, क्योंकि एक एक तो बनने वाला है, okay, that is also alpha C. तो ये कितना कम हो, अगर ये अल्फा C बना है, ये भी अल्फा C बना है, तो ये कितना कम होगा, इसका इनिशियल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन माइनस अल्फा C कम होगा, है ना. सो इनिशियल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन में से कितना कम हुआ है, अल्फा C, क्योंकि ये अल्फा C बने हैं. सो व्हाट हैपन, वी आर गोइंग टू टेक C as a common and its a concentration will be there after time t. It's an initial concentration and this is the concentration after time t, you can say. So 1 minus alpha, right? Now see here, what is the concentration of NH4OH after time t? It's a 1 minus alpha into C, that is given here, right? And the concentration of NH4 plus and OH minus, that is alpha C, okay, that is also given here, alpha C. Both are having NH4 and OH, NH4 plus and OH minus having concentration alpha C, right? Here NH4 equal to OH minus equal to alpha C. Now see, applying law of mass action to this equation, product of concentration of product, इनका product है, यानी कि गुणाकार है ना, मल्टीप्लिकेशन है ये दोनों के concentration का, upon concentration इसका. See, the concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of OH minus ion upon NH4 plus, okay. So as you know, you have the values, you know the concentration of this, you know the concentration of NH4 plus and OH minus ion. So putting the values, see what happened here, alpha square, alpha into alpha, that will become alpha square C. What happened, one of the C will get cancelled, so here it's only C, and therefore alpha square into C upon 1 minus alpha, okay. So Kb is equal to, what is Kb is equal to, Kb is equal to C is equal to alpha square C upon 1 minus alpha, that is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5. That value is given here, that value is given there, है ना. इनिशियली मैंने बोला था यहाँ पे उसका वैल्यू हमें पता होता है, बराबर. Now we'll see what is next. See, Now by rearranging this, we have to find the value of alpha. Okay, so this will go to this side, kb into 1 minus alpha upon c. Okay, that is equal to alpha square. So alpha is equal to square root of, alpha is equal to square root of this. You can find it, you can rearrange it. Okay, now you are in the SYBSc. This is expected from you because this is you have studied at the 7th and 9th standard only. Okay, so now here OH minus ion, OH minus ion, its a concentration is alpha into C. Concentration alpha into C. Okay, now alpha, what is alpha? You have value of alpha. See here. OH minus is equal to OH minus is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 upon C. Whole value is there in the square root. So this is value of alpha. Here it is alpha. So this is value of alpha, right? So alpha into C into C. So ये क्या है? This is under the square root. Under the square root. Okay. So what will happen if you take this C inside of this square root? That will become C square. Therefore, C get cancelled. So which value you are getting now? 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 into C. See here. This is the value of your OH minus ion. Value of OH minus ion. That is also the value of NH4 plus. Okay. Now see here. OH minus ion is equal to, put the concentration value. You know the concentration now. That is 0.1. That we have seen. See at the right hand upper side. 0.1 molar. Put the value of OH minus ion. So you will get this answer. Therefore, POH is equal to negative log of OH minus ion. Therefore, pH. So this is what the value of now POH. And you know the equation. You know the equation. What is the equation? pH plus POH is equal to 14. pH plus POH is equal to 14. Plus, I think third or fourth slide we have seen in the previous lecture. Okay, in this topic. So pH plus POH is equal to 14. So we have the value of POH. You can find out the value of pH now. What is the pH value? So 14 minus POH. 14 minus POH. That is 11.30. Okay. So now when 2 ml of HCl is added, 2 ml of HCl is added. Now what will happen? The concentration. Now what will happen? See here. 2 ml of HCl is added. So ammonia will be neutralized to form a salt. Ammonium chloride salt is forming there. Okay. So and 8 ml of ammonia will remain unneutralized from the conical flask. Okay. And total volume will become 12. है ना? तुम्ही काय करता? ब्युरेट मधून किती टाकला HCl? आता 2 ml टाकला ब्युरेट मधून. किती टाकला HCl? ब्युरेट मधून 2 ml टाकलाय. आणि हा किती घेतला होता? अमोनियम हायड्रॉक्साईड 10 ml घेतला होता. है ना? जसं की कोनिकल मध्ये समजा 10 ml घेतला होता. मग आता वरतून 2 ml टाकल्यानंतर टोटल व्हॉल्यूम झाला किती इथे? 12 ml झालेला आहे. राइट? तर किती ml रिएक्ट झाला? तर त्याच्यात अमोनियम हायड्रॉक्साईड 2 ml HCl टाकला म्हणजे अमोनियम हायड्रॉक्साईड जो याच्यामध्ये आहे तो पण 2 ml रिएक्ट झाला. म्हणजे अमोनियम हायड्रॉक्साईड किती राहिला याच्यामध्ये आता? 10 - 2 म्हणजे 8 ml राहिला अमोनियम हायड्रॉक्साईड. आणि 2 ml काय झालेला आहे? तो रिएक्ट झालेला आहे. ओके. कोणाबरोबर? या 2 ml HCl बरोबर. 2 ml HCl बरोबर रिएक्ट झालेला आहे. पण टोटल व्हॉल्यूम किती झाला? अगोदर याच्यामध्ये किती होता? 10 ml होता. आणि वरून 2 टाकताय ना, मग इट विल बिकम 12. नाउ सी salt's concentration of salt is equal to, see, 2, that is 2 ml of HCl is added, 2 into its concentration 0.1 upon total volume. So concentration of salt is this one, and concentration of base which is present in the conical flask. या conical flask मध्ये base किती राहिला आहे? 8 ml राहिलेला आहे. पण टोटल व्हॉल्यूम किती झाला याचा? टोटल झालेला आहे 12. मग 8 into 0.1 upon 12, कारण बेसचे कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती आहे? 0.1 ml आहे. राइट? मग त्याचं या ठिकाणी सॉरी बेसची जी हे जे आहे मोलॅरिटी जी आहे 0.1 ml आहे. मग आता इथे किती राहिलं त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन बेसचं? याच्यामध्ये कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती राहिलंय? याच्यामध्ये इट्स 8 into 0.1 upon 12. Now the system is a mixture of, see, system is a mixture of what? Weak base, that is your ammonia, and it's a salt, that is ammonium chloride. Okay, so that will become buffer now. And to find out the pH of buffer, that is basic buffer, we have formula pH is equal to pKw minus pKb minus log of concentration of salt upon concentration of base. This is what the formula to find out the pH of basic buffer. This is we have studied in FYBSc. This is we have studied in FYBSc. Ionic equilibrium मध्ये आपण हे स्टडी केलेला आहे. Now see, at 25 degrees Celsius, pKw value is 14. pKb value, pKw is this one. pKb is equal to, put the values now, negative log of 1.8. Here it's 1.8. Negative log of pKb value 1.8 into 10 raised to sorry, it's not, we are not putting values here, we are just noting values here. So it's a negative log of 1.8. So it's a Kb value. We are putting here Kb value, and concentration of salt upon concentration of base is equal to 2 upon 8. If you do here, right? See on the screen, if you do here, this upon this, what will happen? 12 get cancelled. Salt upon base. If you put line here, you can see 12 get cancelled, right? 0.1 get cancelled. So 2 upon 8. 2 upon 8. 2 upon 8. That is salt upon base. Here it is 2 upon 8. Okay, put this value in above equation. That is the pH for the buffer. pH for the buffer solution, basic buffer. By putting the values, you will get this. Okay, see, pH is equal to 14. What is 14? pKw. That is here now. Now pKb is a negative log of Kb. This one. Okay, this is value. Okay, this is negative log of this one. Yeah, values are negative log केल्यानंतर काय येते तुम्हाला 4.74. You can do on the scientific calci. And here it is log of 2 upon 8. So now pH is this one at this point. When 2 ml of HCl is added, your pH is 9.8. Now all this pH we are going to consider to construct the titration curve. जेव्हा काहीच ऍड केला नव्हता, HCl, तेव्हा pH किती होती? 11.13 होती कोनिकल फ्लास्क मध्ये. आता जेव्हा 2 ml HCl टाकला ब्युरेट मधून, आता ते pH किती झाली कोनिकल फ्लास्क मध्ये? 9.86. आता किती टाकूयात? 5 ml HCl टाकूयात. हाफ इक्विव्हॅलन्स पॉइंट म्हणतात याला, हाफ इक्विव्हॅलन्स पॉइंट. ओके, अगेन डू द सेम. पहिली साल्ट जे आहे तयार झालेले कशात? कोनिकल फ्लास्क मध्ये. त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती असणार आहे? 5 ml जर HCl टाकला तर तो किती ml बरोबर रिएक्ट होणार आहे? 5 ml NH4 OH बरोबर रिएक्ट होणार आहे. मग सॉल्ट किती असणार आहे? तिथे डेफिनेटली किती असणार आहे? 5 ml च असणार आहे ना. आणि कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती आहे याचं? तुमचं HCl चं किती आहे कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन? इट्स अ 0.1. ओके, and total volume is 15. Now base, how much base is left now in the conical? Base किती राहिलाय? 5 ml HCl वरून टाकलं, बेस टोटल 10 ml होता कोनिकल मध्ये. 10 ml मध्ये रिएक्ट किती झाला? 5 ml रिएक्ट झाला. कोणाबरोबर? वरून टाकलेला 5 ml HCl बरोबर. आता किती राहिला? 10 मधला फक्त 5 राहिलेला आहे, बरोबर. पण टोटल व्हॉल्यूम किती आहे त्याचा? 15 आहे. मग याच्यातच जे सॉल्ट आहे ना, याच्यातलंच कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वी आर फाइंडिंग आउट. Concentration of salt in this flask and concentration of base in this flask. Now see, salt is equal to base concentration. If you see here, both values are same, this value and this value. So ratio will be 1, concentration of salt upon. So we have the formula for the base pH of basic buffer. This is what the formula we know. है ना, अगोदरच्या स्लाइड मध्ये बघितला, मागे जर गेलात तुम्ही तर this is the formula, है ना, आपण बघितलेला आहे. Now see what happens. pH is equal to, so log of 1 is 0 now. Okay, so pH is equal to pKw minus pKb. You have values now. These values you have. So what we are doing now? 14. pKw is it's a 14. pKb is a 4.74 at 25 degrees Celsius. है ना, हे बघा इथे ही व्हॅल्यू दिलेली आहे. Okay, we have the value of pKw, that is 14. Same value we are entering here. It's a 0 now. Okay, so your pH is 9.26. Now you have to take all these values. पुढे कर्व काढताना ह्या व्हॅल्यूज घ्यायच्या आहेत आपल्याला. Remember this. What happens here now? आपण 3 काढल्यात at the initial stage, then at the when 2 ml of HCl is added, and when 5 ml of HCl is added. Now we'll see at the vicinity. Vicinity म्हणजे near the equivalence point. That is now we are adding 9.9 ml of HCl. 9.9 ml of HCl. Okay. So again same. Salt. किती बनलेला आहे? So 9.9 ml of HCl is added. So its concentration is 0.1. Total volume will become equal is 0.9, 19.9. Okay. Now for the base, किती राहिला base तिथे फक्त 0.1 राहील. कारण जो 10 घेतला होता तुम्ही याच्यामध्ये कोनिकल मध्ये जो 10 ml बेस घेतला होता आणि ब्युरेट मधून तुम्ही HCl ऍड करत होता है ना, त्याच्यामध्ये किती HCl ऍड केलाय? 9.9 HCl ऍड केला है ना. मग किती बेस बरोबर रिएक्ट होतोय तो? याच्यातला जो बेस आहे तो पण किती बेस बरोबर रिएक्ट होणार आहे? स्टॉइचियोमेट्रिक असल्यामुळे 9.9 ml बेस बरोबर रिएक्ट होणार आहे. बरोबर. मग आता बेस राहिला किती? 10 मध्ये. 10 मधून 9.9 मायनस केलंय, किती राहणार आहे? Only 0.1 ml of base will remain. So base concentration of base is 0.1 into 0.1 upon total volume. Okay, so divide these two equation, you will get salt upon base, that is 9.9 upon 0.1. This is we are considering for further calculation. Now this is value of your what? pH of basic buffer. pH of basic buffer, right? So that is pKw minus pKb minus log of salt upon concentration of salt upon concentration of base. Put the values. Now you have salt upon base. Okay, now you know the value of pKw and pKb. That values are we are taking from first slide only, where we started the calculation for this. This pKb value is also known. So here the pH is 7.26 now. See, near the equivalence point it is 7.26. Okay, so far we have seen 4 pH value. Now at the equivalence point, what will happen? At the equivalence point, concentration of salt, the 10 है ना, सर्वच्या सर्व तुमचा काय झाला? आता बेस रिएक्ट झालेला आहे कोणाबरोबर? जो HCl तुम्ही ब्युरेट मधून टाकला, आता काय झालंय? फक्त सॉल्टच राहिलेला आहे, तिथे बेस राहिलेला नाहीये, तिथे ऍसिड राहिलेला नाहीये वरतून टाकलेला. आता काय फक्त तिथे सॉल्ट आहे. त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती? 0.05 मोलर. इट विल बिकम 0.0 है ना. 10 ml ऑफ HCl ऍड केला, सॉल्ट झाला किती टोटल? आता 10 झालेला आहे. ओके, इंटू कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन इट्स अ 0.1. सो the concentration of salt will become, this is the concentration of HCl. Now 0.05 is the concentration of salt. Okay, so pH of 0.05 molar ammonium chloride solution can be evaluated by considering its hydrolysis reaction. आता इथे याचा pH कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यासाठी हायड्रोलिसिस रिएक्शन कन्सिडर करावी. कोणती हायड्रोलिसिस? NH4 plus H2O gives you NH4OH plus H plus है ना, ही हायड्रोलिसिस रिएक्शन आहे. Okay, see, by taking by applying law of mass action like that. Okay, so KH is equal to concentration. So product of concentration of these two species upon product of concentration of these two species. इथे H2O आहे, but तो काय करतो आपण? its concentration is very high, म्हणून तो काय करतो आपण त्या ठिकाणी? we are not considering that. We have studied in the FYBSc 11th and 12th standard. Okay, so we are not considering this. So we are considering remaining part here. Okay, now this is what your KH, hydrolysis constant. Okay, see now. What is the dissociation for weak base? A weak base आहे NH4OH and NH4 plus OH minus. So weak base, dissociation constant for weak base. So product of concentration of these two species upon upon the concentration of this species. Here it is Kb. You know, concentration of this one into concentration of this one upon concentration of this species. dissociation of water, Kw is equal to concentration of this into concentration of this upon concentration of this, but we are not considering the water concentration. That is very, very large in, whole system is aqueous, so we are not taking that as a denominator. So this value will become like this. Kb, this equation will become like this. Kw is equal to concentration of H plus ion into concentration of OH minus ion. Right? Getting my point? Now see what happened here. Divide equation 20 by 19. This equation is divided by this equation. Kw upon Kb. Kw upon Kb. Here it is. Kw upon Kb. What is the equation? Here it is. Kw upon Kb. That is identical with the Kh. See. Either Kw upon Kb is scalar. So that is identical with the Kh. Kh. See now. What happened? Either the equation जर तुम्ही केला तर काय होतं, OH will get cancelled, so H plus into NH4 OH upon NH4. So this is what the equation is. Therefore, here you can see here Kh is equal to NH4 OH, concentration of NH4 OH into concentration of H plus ion upon concentration of NH4 plus. Same is the here. See, same is the here. NH4 OH into concentration of H plus upon concentration of NH4 plus. Okay, so that is equal to Kw upon Kb, right? And that is Kh. Okay, this is what we have. This is written. This is from the book. Actually, this is wrong. ये थोड़ा सा जो है वो book में थोड़ा सा wrong कर दिया है. उधर Kh रखा है, इधर here. So at all places, that is printing mistake. Let it be, no problem. So if EH represents the degree of hydrolysis, that is the fraction of the total number of moles of salt that has undergone hydrolysis at equilibrium, and C is the molar concentration, okay, of the salt, then at the equilibrium NH4 plus will become equal to H plus, that is equal to H into C. So NH4 is equal to, see, here it is into C. Okay, so this is NH4OH. This is NH4OH. Printing mistake, as I told you, that is the problem in the book. So by putting the values HC into HC, putting the value concentration, this is the HC for H plus ion concentration and HC concentration for the NH4 plus upon NH4 OH, upon NH4 OH. Okay, so you can see here it is, that is that 1 minute. KH, here KH is equal to, this is what, this is your equation. So CC get cancelled, right? H square into C when 1 minus H is very, very small. So H is equal to KH upon C. H is equal to KH upon C. Therefore, H plus is equal to HC, that is equal to, you just put the value of H. If you put the value of H in this equation, you will get here in square root, under the square root, so KH into C. Therefore, H plus is equal to, what is a KH? It's a KW upon KB. KW upon KB, so into C, taking log of both the side. Okay, so the log, taking the log on the both side, so negative log of what? This one, H plus ion is a pH. Okay, here it is in the square root. Okay, so you can write here, this value you can write it like this: KW, listen, KW upon KB. KB, listen carefully. This is known to you, but raised to 1/2. Raised to 1/2 into C. You can take the negative log of this also. By taking the log of this, you will get that PKW. PKW, negative log of KW is a PKW, and negative log of KB is pKb, okay. So and minus log of 1/2 of C. Now that is the, yeah, this is also in the square root. So this is not, sorry, this should be in the square root. This should be in the square root. Okay, so what will happen now? See, what will happen? That is near minus 1/2 into log of C. Okay, so taking 1/2 here common. So pKw minus pKb minus log of C. We have value of Kw. We have value of C, and we have value of Kb. We have value of Kb given at the initial stage only. Okay, so by putting these values, the pH value will come as a 5.28. 5.28. Okay, 5.28. Now that was at the equivalence point. These calculations are somehow lengthy. So at the equivalence point, if you see, the calculations are beginning from the this slide. Okay, so slide 1, 2, and 3. Here it is, the calculation is over now. Okay, now we'll see the pH at when 10.1 ml of HCl is added. Now that will become acidic. Okay, अभी conical flask में क्या है, acid रहने वाला है. Okay, salt नहीं है उसके अंदर, अभी उसके अंदर acid होने वाला है. Remember, in the conical flask. Okay, because all the base is consumed now. The pH will now depends on the concentration of excess hydrogen ion which are coming from the HCl, which are you are adding from the burette. So concentration of H plus ion is the concentration of HCl what we are adding. किती add केला extra 0.1 add केलेला आहे. So 0.1 ml into 0.1 molar, total volume is 20.1. So its concentration is 4.98 into 10 raised to minus 4, right? Therefore pH is equal to negative log of H plus ion. So negative log of this one. Okay, this is what the concentration of H plus ion. Don't get confused over here. Okay, now see, you can see on the screen, this is the pH when 10.1 ml of HCl is added. Now when 11 ml HCl is added, now you are taking your reading further. You are taking that reading from 10.1 to 11 ml. Means slowly what we did initially, it was no HCl was added. Then reading went to 2. After 2, reading went to 5. After that, it went to 9.9. Then 10, 10.1. Now we are taking 11. Reading at 11. We are calculating pH at the reading 11. Okay. See. So what is here now? Here it should be 1. Okay, not 0.1. It should be 1. Here it is 1. Okay, into 0.1 upon 21. Total volume is 21. So you have to take the negative log of this. This is what your pH. Okay, remember this is a printing mistake. Here at this side it's a 1. Remember. So pH is 2. At the 11 ml of HCl is added. Okay, now where is this pH? It is in the conical flask. Remember, don't forget it. ह्या जे pH आपण मेजर करतोय, कॅल्क्युलेट करतोय, ह्या कुठल्या करतोय, सगळ्यात ह्या कोनिकल फ्लास्क मधल्या कॅल्क्युलेट करतोय. आणि वी आर कॅल्क्युलेटिंग इट थियोरेटिकली. सो वी आर टेकिंग, बघा काय झालं इथे, रिडिंग 0 ची रिडिंग होती, pH आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केलेली होती तिथे, है ना. दीज आर द pH. These are the pH. Okay, see pH values, right? These are what the pH values. 2 ml HCl टाकला, एवढी होती. 5 ml टाकला HCl, 5 पर्यंत डेली रीडिंग ब्युरेट मध्ये. So it will become this. So when your reading went to 9.9 from the burette, so in the conical pH was this. When reading went to 10, the pH was this in the flask. When it went to 10.1 in the burette, so in the conical pH was this one. Okay, when reading went to 11 ml in the burette, so pH in the conical flask became 2.32. Okay, so these are the pH of the solution which is there in the conical flask. Okay, and all are calculated theoretically. And what you was adding from the burette, it was HCl, 0.1 molar HCl, 0.1 molar HCl. And what was base here? It's ammonium hydroxide, and its concentration was also 0.1 1 molar, right? So you have to, what you have to do, you are taking volume of HCl added on the x-axis and the pH on the y-axis, okay? And you plot a graph, easily you will get graph like this. See, this is what the actual graph we are getting now. Very simple, very simple. Okay, it's all done here is a theoretically. Everything is done theoretically. Okay, I think this is clear to you. Once this is clear to you, remaining part is very easy. Same, nothing is different. Okay, only the moieties are going to change. Here acid is strong. In the next case, something change. We'll see what the change is here. See now. Weak acid. Acid is weak for the next slide, and base is strong. Base is strong. All the steps are same here now. All the steps are same. Okay. Now you can see